Hello, I'm Will Forge, and today we will forge. So real quick, I just wanted to show Aaron, who's going to be on here like in just a minute. Let me get set up that way Aaron has time to actually get into the chat. We were just chatting, so I know he's about to jump in. But I don't want to. I know if I start talking now, he won't know what's going on by the time he gets in. So I will not talk yet. Let's see. So I'll just start like moving some stuff around whenever he gets in here. I want to show him one thing in particular about how crazy deserts can actually be, and what I might end up incorporating in some weird way. Let's see. Someone just got in here. I've got my rotation really low. If that's you, Aaron, I wanted to show you something. It's crazy. And if it's let's see, hold on. Okay, let's find a good angle that's actually going to look good with that line. There we go. That's a good spot. Look at that. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. Let's see. We are doing desert stuff. We'll be doing more of that space station later. Right now, I'm still trying to take my little sabbatical from it. I worked on it a lot last night, though. So there was a lot. I've gotten a lot done. That looks pretty cool. It looks like it broke away from there. Very cool. Possibly in the geological activity we were talking about. Okay, so this needs to be... Ooh, that looks nice. I like the way that's curving. And it might be a repeated pattern, but it's not too bad. It's not repeated in a bad way. It's like I was talking about on the back end yesterday, on the back side of that, is that sometimes you have a repeated pattern, it's actually a good thing. Because nature repeats itself sometimes. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I'm gonna have more rocks back behind that too. Join mid-convo, what's going on? I'm just mumbling to myself. Mainly I was saying that as soon as you get on, I want to show you something. So, this is a real-life desert. I believe this is in the United States, probably in Utah or something like that. I think we drove through here on our... No, I don't remember where it was. It might be Nevada. We drove through here on our way to, I forget what route we took, but let me see. I can probably spot it on a map if I just go to Google Maps. And tell you. But basically, it's, we went to the Grand Canyon. Let's see. Man. Why would my computer even ask me if I want to use Bing Maps instead of Google Maps? What is the point of that? Okay, it had to have been New Mexico or Arizona. Right? It might have been Texas, but I don't remember if we went up to Oklahoma and went through there. But I don't think it's in there. But like, I don't think we went all the way up to Colorado and through Utah. I don't remember which route we took. I only drove for part of it. Because we went with me, my mom, and all my siblings, and, you know, it was me and my mom alternating who was driving at the time. But anyway, these blue stripes are crazy. They're very, it's very strange, but they've got like this purpley and blue stripes, and these are completely natural, like stone. They're just like, this is how some of the way this geological layering can be. So while this is what you'll see at the top of the desert is like reds and orange and, you know, whites and stuff, you will see this anytime there's geological activity there. And so like that's what I was talking about, is that I might go even crazier than I'm doing now. Like this is cool and it's going great. However, and it needs some more I feel like it needs more larger pieces, because the way I'm doing it is like lots of small little protrusion. It's sort of like you can see the wraparound of the pieces. So I need much more larger pieces to do a backdrop, and I think that's what I need to do here. Is I mean, I'm liking the way this seam is, but I think I want to do bleed this into a large piece next. But anyway, could not place object, not enough physical space. Okay, it must have hit those dynamic objects or something. But yeah, that's what I wanted to show you, is that basically, if you, the way that the, some deserts have some really crazy, geological stuff, so I might even make some even weirder, some really weird, like, variants of your rocks here, just for this map. And do some really weird stuff. Store reset in 5 minutes. Oh, right. It's like Tuesday, isn't it? Yeah. Man, there could be some server stuff. Okay, well, there might be some server-related issues then, if that's going to happen. So, let's see. If that's the case, then I might need to save and quit soon, just to make sure that I don't have any server issues. Let's see. I like that a lot. That looks very cool. Okay, this part's gonna be disguised by the next rock over. Let's see. Yo, buddy. Hey, Ripshade. How's it going? I'm gonna jump into your map in a little bit. Actually, I'm gonna check out the store in a bit too. So I guess whenever I check out the store, I'll switch over. But I wanted to show you something we were talking about yesterday. In visually, I forget what it was at the moment, but I know that we were talking about something that I wanted to show you yesterday. So yeah, I'll get to that in a second too. I'm just doing some more of this for just a bit. Let's see. Is this the same rotation over there? Yeah, I think it is. I need to change this up. Ooh, that's a cool one. I like this. Our map, bro. Yeah, I guess I am calling it your map every time, aren't I? I kind of think of this as the map that I'm doing with Klen, and that the map that I'm doing with you. I actually haven't even spoken to Klen in a little while. We're just sort of making this map. I'm just sort of making the map and haven't spoken to him in quite a while. I wonder if he's still even interested, or if I'm going to have to figure out how to do the scripting myself. Which I might be able to do, I just, you know, might have to figure it out. To be honest. Unless he's just lurking, which would make sense. That's what he usually did in the past, so not a big deal. Let's see. But he might have fallen off of Halo, especially with Unreal Engine Fortnite being the thing, you know? Let's see, I was wondering who Klen is, lol. Yeah, so basically he's like a scripting god. He's really good at scripting. He's the one who, you know the elevator? He taught me how to make that elevator move in a way that was smooth, and otherwise, like everyone else who basically tries to make things move, and me at the beginning, 2 minutes, cool. Made the like every time that they try to make more than one object move at once, they would all they'd go like they'd all be like out of sync. I tried one thing that very nearly got them all moving at one time, but the main object, you had to have a prefab, and the object that was outlined in blue instead of green in your prefab, you know, the main one, I forget what it's called, that one always started moving first, so it would come out of sync with everything else, and then everything else would move together. And that was just one solution I had. And I thought about making like a marker, you know, like a literal little marker piece, or maybe an arrow, like an invisible arrow, as the main object, and then make it move. So then that thing would move, and then the rest would move up in sync with it. But then whenever you played in some matches, if there was lag, it could really mess up. Whereas the way he scripted it, it seems to have solved that problem completely. So basically, yeah. Klen is the one who's really responsible for the success of the elevator. You know what I mean? So that's kind of cool. I really like this little cave-like thing that's forming here. And what I'm considering doing is putting a Forerunner structured doorway right there. It is 12 o'clock. That's the alarm. That's my little 12 o'clock alarm. Means that is the shop time. let's see. I like that, but I don't like how much is poking out over here, so I might have to either add something over here. Can we check, please? Thanks. Yep. Yes. It's probably going to cause server issues anyway, because every time they do the update. But sometimes the server update will come separate from the shop update. The shop update is quicker and easier, so they usually do it first. And they try to hit an actual time, because it's something you can actually like see. Oh, okay. Is this the new shop, or did it or do I need to close the game and open it back up? Because I don't know if I looked at last week's shop at all. Mark 7 Epsilon Spring. What is this? Is this last week's, or is this the current one? Let me know if I'm looking at something wrong, because this is a pretty cool one. Shop sucks, back to Forge. Is this from... Let me know, Aaron. Is this from this week or last week? Because this is a pretty cool one. It's maybe, it's very, like... It's like... I think this is Vietnam level... style, camouflage. But, yeah. And then this is weird. Sensor link this week. Okay, cool. I just wanted to be sure. Okay, this looks cool on a weapon, I'll be honest, but I don't know if it looks cool on a vehicle. This might look cool from a distance, I'm not sure, but it definitely... it's okay. I feel like that blue kind of, to me, I don't know, something doesn't match there. That Epsilon Spring was a full 1400 bundle like a month ago. Really? Wow. I'm glad they're dropping prices, because they need to. Armor set? What is this? I don't recognize this helmet. This is that helmet that's got the, This actually looks really badass, I'm not gonna lie. It almost looks like Darth Vader's mouthpiece, just without the head, you know, shroud, or something like that, you know what I mean? And here's another piece. Oh, weird. They got like a cool way of integrating an almost COVID mask. That's really cool. Actually, what did you think of all the old versions of the map we were working on? Kind of crazy how much has stayed the same. I know, how much has stayed the same, how much has changed, how it completely revolutionizes like what the things that are the same actually did, you know? But yeah, it was for all cores and all weapons. They added the Locust helmet, OMG. Yeah, this is actually really, I actually kind of think this is cool looking. I'm not gonna probably get it, because it's kind of expensive. But and I don't know that I would actually use it. But it's a new helmet for the Rakshasa core, which is cool. This is actually badass armor coating too, this deep red. I don't think, yo, love hearing two songs on top of each other. Yeah. Yeah, you want me to pause the soundtrack? Sorry about that. Since we're in the menu, I always forget about the fact that the menu is gonna have crazy music going on. Thanks, Oka, for pointing that out, because otherwise I would have just left that going. Okay. So, like, honestly, this isn't too bad. I kind of like this. This is a pretty cool... Is that supposed to be like the heroic emblem? The shield is obviously not exactly right for it, but yeah. I love that helmet in Halo 5, and I believe it was in Halo 4 too. Just mute that menu music, it's horrendous. Yeah, can you just literally tell it to mute menu music? Oh. Really? Huh. Sometimes it plays really good menu music, but I don't like most of it. It's too much. You know what I mean? Okay, let's turn the other music back on then. But sometimes it plays like really good music and it kind of feels more fitting. But it's too random, I think. They need to pick the good music and stick to it. 600 is a scam for just Mark 7, or at least make it lower. Damn. Oh, for that camo color. Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, it does have some weapons as well, but yeah. Yeah, I turned that all the way off, lol. Yeah. Yeah, I had it at the default 10. This is a really cool bladed weapon. Just wanted to say. 60 likes on my scene post already. Yeah, your scene is amazing. I need to show that off real quick. But let's see, what is this? Before I do, let me see this. This is just one armor coating for the assault rifle for 400. I mean, I know you use the assault rifle like every single match, so that's understandable to some degree, but that it would be more expensive, but not necessarily that expensive. Is this for this helmet? Because this helmet is the one's got dented forehead, and I don't know that I like it in the slightest. Like, I realize that these are supposed to be cyborg, you know, humans, so maybe his brain, his skull is literally a part of that helmet. So his forehead isn't dented, it's just that's the shape of his forehead, but it just looks weird. The armor gives me Batman vibes, lol. We need a cape. Yeah. Tyler, one helmet. Wait, this armor does? Or the other one that we were looking at, the Rakshasa. That's a cool effect, actually. I kind of like this. It looks like circuitry. Well, vaguely like circuitry. But yeah. Ew, that helmet is gross, right? Tyler, one helmet. And let's see, these are cool. This is actually really dope. Other than the, like, on other armor cores, this equipment is, or this setup is really cool. It's just this armor core is like the let's do the things that we knew that we should never have done, the armor core. You know what I mean? Like, they tried these things probably on other helmets and they went, yeah, I mean, it was kind of a cool thought, but it doesn't really look that great. And then they just like threw them all together on this armor core afterward. Like seriously, I don't understand what the lore, what the point of this armor core is. Also, it looks like giant hinging jawline on here, and I'm not sure what's going on with that. Anyway, I don't like this armor core at all, and I haven't been impressed by anything except for the cool idea of making the visor be the color on some of the parts. That was literally the only thing they did cool in this one, in my opinion. And yeah, even though I did grind for a piece, the microwave helmet, cool. Yeah. But I do like this helmet. This is really cool, and I do like this attachment. It's really cool. It's glass. I wonder if that's your visor color, or if that's just going to be that cool, like, transparent blue. Because the visors aren't actually transparent, so I doubt that it is the visor color, because they wouldn't be able to then tell the visor to be transparent instead of being its own color, I would think. So it might not be. It might not change with your visor color. Anyway, or toaster. I like the chest on Locust. Can I see it, please? Oh. Which one was that? This one? Chest, Locust, this one. There we go. Yeah, this one is really cool. It's decked out with your... It's more realistic, to be honest. Like, Spartans don't have a lot of, like, compartments that are easily discernible on their armor. I would imagine it's mostly plating. And where he pulls the ammo from every single time he reloads has always, like, been a weird question. Looks amazing. It literally is the shape of a skull. Yeah, I love it. And this one is cool. This one's really cool because, like, it actually puts all of those packs on there. I think that's why... Oh, hold on. Why are you saying hold on? Is there something on here? Is that a medic? Oh, that's kind of cool. I think this up here is designed after the med packs from Halo 1. They put, like, a little hex there, but they didn't make it a full med pack because they knew that it would be too small for a real med pack in the game, so they probably didn't want to be like, oh, you got this rinky-dink one. What's with the rock picture in the bottom right? Oh, that's a, I was just sorry, I could get rid of that, but this is a geological pattern that happens to rocks that I'm considering incorporating. It's near the Grand Canyon, or, well, it was on the way to the Grand Canyon we drove through. It may not actually be all that near. But it's very common for, there's a desert in Louisiana, in the United States, for example, that has these blue rocks that form, and that's actually like the blue rocks like weathering away. So you can see they're really more of a gray color, and they look gray whenever they've fallen away and like kind of blend in. But you can see it fades to blue there. This is not Photoshop. This is not fake. This is a real place. And I want to kind of incorporate that. I might actually incorporate that kind of coloring into the map I'm working on now, that where I'm using Aaron's different shades of rock, because I've got a shade of rock that matches this that Aaron made, one that matches this, one that matches this, one that matches that, but I don't have this color, or like the, you know, some of these more weird rainbow ones, and it'll look very alien world, and I think that'd be pretty cool. One thing I was going to look at really quick was, before I go back into Forge, for example, is that I really want to see what the weekly challenge is. Oh, it hasn't been updated yet. Okay, well, I got the last one, even though I don't like the armor core. I went out of my way, even though... Damn, I wonder how many props recreating that would take. Oh, it's for Rakshasa, never mind then. No buy for me. I'm going to go check that chest with Firefall helmet and ODST coating. So, let's see. Real quick, I was just going to say that I went out of my way to unlock this with the weekly, even though I don't like this armor core. And I basically just keep this armor core looking like this. As basic as you can get it, because it's the only thing I can do to make it look cool to me. Everything else is so lame. But it feels like they tried to basically make the, what is it called? The Crisis armor. And kind of failed. And to make it look as cool as Crisis. So, I don't know. They tried to up-armor the Crisis, where they made Crisis plus some Mjolnir plating. Then they had to show off that Crisis, tech suit. So it didn't really work out, in my opinion, too well in the way that they decided to do it. But it's okay. I mean, I'm sure some armor attachments could make it look really badass, in my opinion. But new helmets. I'm still sticking with the Mark 5B. And as soon as I can get my proper color, this will actually be my Halo Reach one. And that's my Christmas one. I leave it like this for whenever it becomes Christmas time, and I can play with my wife because we like to play Candy Cane Brigade. And there's my Samus Aran lookalike. And here's my best attempt at making Kopaka from Bionicle out of the Rakshasa core. Yeah, and there's my samurai armor. Anyway, we were in there, so I was just showing them off. I thought Locust was on Mark 7, so rip. No, unfortunately, it is Rakshasa. I mean, it does look cool on Rakshasa, though, so, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily knock that. It looks Rakshasa can look really badass. I can't wait until they add backpacks. I almost guarantee you, they haven't shown it off yet, but I can almost guarantee you that they're going to do that. I think since that was actually very short, I am going to go back to the desert map and do it a little bit more, but eventually, Ripshade, I want to go into the other map and show you what I was talking about with that other stuff. Or I can just show you off stream later. I can just we can just chat. Maybe I'll just go into the chat with you and just stream my screen directly to you just to show you what I was doing with that, because then my kids can be in the background and I can just mute my mic and it won't matter that they're shouting in the background and stuff, so that would work out. But yeah, why can't we add names to our armor sets? That would be really cool. I really wish they pulled a full-blown... I mean, they named them armor cores, probably because they were basing it off of the old classic game that's coming back to life that they're reviving called Armored Core, where you made your own mechs and you had multiple mechs that you could, like loadouts of mechs you could make, and each part that you added to your character, I almost guarantee you this was a development thing, that they were going to have each armor piece actually alter your stats for the game modes, and like Armored Core, and that's why they called them armor cores. And they were, because in Armored Core, you get a new arm, it makes your ability to hold recoil better, but its melee is slower, or it drains more energy from your core, so you can't put, like, better thrusters on there, you know what I mean? And basically they had jetpacks and thrusters and all sorts of stuff like that, or like rocket systems and thrusters and stuff. And it was, like, the coolest game of that generation, until, like, Halo came out. It was honestly might even be cooler than Halo, it's just the Halo is so much, it has so much more staying power and better story that it ends up being better, in my opinion. But like but as far as like raw like coolness factor is concerned, Armored Core might have been cooler than Halo, because of all of the giant mechs being like fully customizable and stuff. But anyway, the point is that I think they were going to do that. I don't know. I don't have any evidence or anything like that, other than the fact that they went out of their way to name it Armor Cores, and it just seems really coincidental if that wasn't their intention. But yeah, here you go, Ocom. You're asking me about, if you're still here, about how many parts it's going to take to forge that. And this is my current version, where I'm layering these geological pieces along the edges, and it's creating this sort of color. Did you show all my scene? I did not yet. I'll just finish that sentence and then I'll show you off. And then the way that it's, let's see, the way that basically the geological layering is coming into play. I don't like how it looks over here. I need to fix that, but like you can see over here, for example, it's two tectonic plates layering over each other, where one of them is rising up, one of them's sinking into the ground. And the idea is, yeah, that this is basically the start. I kind of was doing a little bit of additional art here, but I'm probably gonna change that a bit. Anyway, the point is that, yeah, this is kind of what I'm gonna do around the outer perimeter of this map, and it's not taking too much of the percentage of the entire map, because this is just a single rock over and over again, and it seems to work out just fine. Now let me get your tool. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Go to Aaron. Bup, dup, dup. There we go. I still have that in the lower right corner, don't I? I can probably turn that off for now. Because I had that there. Not that. Let's see. This one. Here we go. Where is it? There it is. Boom. There we go. That's a little bit more clear on the screen. I think... Nope, that's not what I want. That's not what I wanted. Here we go. Right. This is the right one. Okay, so... Look at this. Look at this. Look at this scene Aaron made. This is, like... Where the two plates, where those two plates are, can you make it look more like a hard edge with those different colors instead of it looking like lava spewing over? That's a good question. Yeah, I think I could, like a really stiff, like sheer, yeah, part, making it look like it slid down. Yeah, I think so. Like something really flat. I could do that. I could flip over the rocks and then on the bottom of the rocks, it's super flat. But yeah, let's see. I think I know what you're talking about. But yeah, so this is like really badass for a scene. For like Aaron's first time like trying to make an arted out scene for like in an urban environment in Halo Infinite. That's like, yeah, pretty freaking instantaneously mastered it. And this is the water on Myers, he said. So he put it, this is actually on the map Myers, but you can't tell it's in a swamp because, yeah, it's down low. And he wanted real water that was like moving and reflecting. So that was a cool, that was really cool. Yeah, the way it's reflecting off of the fire is really awesome. Can you add rats? Do you like the graffiti? Oh, where's the graffiti? Let's see. There it is. Nice. I love it. That's awesome. I didn't even notice the graffiti because I think it was in lower resolution whenever I looked at it the first time. Is there a resolution setting on here? Yeah, I don't see it. I think it had just buffered badly the first time because I definitely didn't notice the graffiti, but I was admiring it anyway, all the same, because I can see through bad resolution pretty easily and tell how it looks. But yeah, now that it's in better resolution, it's even better. But yeah, this is really cool. And it made me think that it'd be really cool to have a flooded map, like a city that's been flooded, like maybe it's raining like a hurricane, and it's like flooded in the streets and stuff. I think that'd be pretty cool. Can't add wildlife? I mean, sort of. There are birds right now. There are currently birds that you can add, and they fly around. You can do little bugs, like little flies. But I don't think that, let's see. Aaron. Let's see, any chance for a shrinking zone big enough to fit the whole canvas? A few maps that would be great for, that's what I'm saying, just don't fit in the circle. Great feedback, have added this to our, I love you, I know. Sorry, that was just hilarious. So anyway, yeah, I think that, only birds, flies, fireflies, and butterflies. Yeah, I think that they're gonna wait until they can add, like, once we have campaign AI, they have no reason not to put in the space gophers, for example. You know what I mean? So I'm sure that they'll add in those missing pieces soon. This is what I was originally, by the way, Ocom, if you were wondering, this is what I was originally going off of. This is literally the Grand Canyon. I was going off of memory of how it looked. This area is fresher stone, like more, you can see the purples and little layering in there, but like it's been covered in stuff that's been exposed to the air a lot more because it fell down from above. So it's changed, you know, some of it's changed colors to a lighter color, some of it is just in general dirt, and the grass, the wildlife growing on it here and there changed the color of it a lot. But up here, you can see how it's like, here is a little bit, like you kind of tell it's a little bit distant right there. So I think I'll scroll up to another Grand Canyon shot to show you. Well, here's a cool one where you can see the wildlife growing. It's kind of small, but let's see if I can find a better one. I had a better one the other time. Let's see, that's a really interesting one. Oh, here we go. Here's some geological layering in general. Like, this is really crazy. This is a tectonic plate that curled up. Like, look at that. That's the side of the tectonic plate, straight up curled vertical. And that's how tectonics work sometimes. So it's crazy that we just do such boring things sometimes. You know, we try to ground ourselves too much, and we're not actually being realistic anymore. Sometimes. Okay, let's see. Here's a good one that, it's so tiny. Oh, there we go. let's see. Good shots of the Grand Canyon. I mean, you can kind of see it. There's a really light layer, darker layer, and it gets darker as you go down generally. And then it starts changing to weird colors like blue and stuff as you go underneath that. And then there's different layers on top. So that's kind of what I'm trying to capture. This is a weird panoramic view that's warping the image of the curve of this river. But it's actually kind of cool looking the way that that it's warped. If you just made this instead as if it's really like that instead of being a warp, that'd be cool. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. Maybe we should forge. And we should ride... Okay, now weird stuff happened. We should ride moas, bro. Imagine armored moas. I want those giant creatures from Reach. Yeah, the Gutas or something like that. I think they called them. I might make these just the same rock. Like, you see how that one and that one... Like, there's a point where it dips in and comes back out, and I don't want this such a sharp geological feature there. Like, I was liking the way this sort of cave created, because it looks like rocks fell out of it and tumbled down. But I actually am not liking it in the long term because of the way it looks among the other pieces. Like, I like that little rock area. I'm liking the way that wraps around, has those sharp shadows sort of hiding the seam, you know? But then this seam is directly exposed to the sunlight, and I think that while it looks okay, it doesn't look good. You know what I mean? Maybe it's just that this needs to move down, actually. It could literally just be that this is in a bad position. Like, that's not bad. That's feeling a little better, but I don't know. It's also more expensive. You know what I mean? Like, the way it's positioned here is actually more expensive in the overall price of these objects because of, you know, just in general. Oh, you know what probably could work? Maybe I need to flip this over and make it one of these. Or like the one to the right of it. And maybe do something like this. Maybe. Or maybe it's just too many pieces. I think so. I think this needs to go, and this needs to be a bigger piece. You know, because it's just something about it just wasn't one to stay. It wasn't one to work in that spot. There's a lot going wrong here, in this little spot here in the middle. I don't know. I'll solve that at some point. I feel like just building more. You know, I need to finish some stuff. And then on the outside of the map, it's not going to be sitting here looking like it's got no back on it. Oh, I'm hitting the edge of the map. I want to make this like... I can scale these up because you're only going to see them from distance anyway. Because you're not going to be able to go outside the map. And then... I want this to sort of stretch really far out this direction. Like, I did a small stretch over there, but I want to stretch out really far over here. I might even actually make it tumble over the edge, because I think, I want to say, let's just test this real quick, that I can go all the way, I probably can go all the way out there to that oasis. Let's do the mouse and keyboard movement. Let's see, event next week. Oh yeah, what is the new event? That's the final narrative event, right? Like, it's actually going to have a cutscene? Is that correct? Because if so, that's awesome. It would be nice if they had larger rocks that are flat. I mean, you can scale stuff up, but yeah. I wish that this... Yeah, event 2. Oh, you know what I could do? Ooh, I know what I'm going to do. But anyway, yeah, we can do, for example, like, huge rocks over here. I could, like, bury the hex columns on this edge under rock and make it just go off into the distance. Pretty easily. For example, this is just a test. Look how far I can go. Like, oh, beyond. I can literally go past the oasis if I wanted to. Huh. I can change the appearance of the oasis. I can put like a little, look at that, little island in there. But yeah, like, you can do a lot of stuff. You could build like a forerunner structure around that oasis to make it look like another one of those terraform spots. Just put a couple hexes out there that look like the ones that I have in here. I wouldn't have to do a whole bunch of detail. And, yeah, so, like, I can make that desert out there resemble more of this. And I can, even too, yeah, I could probably make an Oasis canvas come next season. That would be cool. So, like, if I did stuff like this, you know what I mean? Like, I could make that Oasis coming out of a larger rock and make it fit really nicely like that. And very easily, like, I can make this rock connect across out to there and disappear into that sand dune, you know what I mean? To where it looks like that's actually just sand dune covering some of the stones as well. So it'd connect the map, all of this map, in with the actual like outer surrounding instead of it just being like surrounded in desert. You know what I mean? And random, which I think would look pretty cool. And the way I'm making these little pizza slices here, these little pepperoni rocks here, works is the start of that. So basically, I just need to keep doing that. And if you see that from a distance, it looks good. It looks like, you know, rocks and the way that they're breaking away, the way they should break away. So yeah, I'm just trying to keep my price as low as possible on everything while still making some really nice terrain, because it looks high detail. By the way, Aaron, do you have the your rocks, your what do you call them? The Forerunner ring rocks, the Forerunner ring based rocks that you had made. Are those done? Are those ready to go right now? I have another one right here. It's coming out of all this. Like if I re-grab your prefab of rocks, will that be in there? So Unreal Engine 5 video I watch of an Oasis, I'll send to you. That would be really cool. Yeah. Let me know if you finish that one. They aren't public, but I can plop them in for you. That'd be cool. That'd be great. Because I need to make versions of them for the sand, because he was just talking about wanting to make it... If I could make this edge more sheer like that, like he was talking... Like Ripshade was just saying. Like, here. Let me go back over here. Those crazy... Like, I could do that with those semi-curves of that ring piece. And, like, I can put them like that and sort of, like, make them look like layering. And, like, combine them with the rocks that I have now. And I could literally do this. I don't need to do this exactly for my map specifically, but I could make this be a thing in my map, which would be really crazy cool. This is another thing. That's geological formation that, like, I think that's the tectonic plate crinkled up against another one and just sort of, like, crushed itself over time. It's like a train pile. It's like a train wreck, but, like, vertical instead of horizontal. Like if you're looking straight down on a train wreck, you've got a train car there, train car there, train car there. It's like a train wreck except vertical. It's crazy. This is like lifting straight up out of the ground. Here's a great example of what happens after they've sort of done it. It makes a perfectly... This is probably more of what he's talking about, is that it'll just grind and sand itself completely smooth at the seam, and that's probably what we want to do. Okay, I'll get on it. Invite. Oh, right. I gotta invite you. Yeah. And in fact, I might actually need to set my... I think I'm not just set to... Let's see. Hold on. AZ Wilco. Invite. I'm actually set to friends can join right now. And I need to go to invite only. But anyway, you're invited now, so you can join. Cool. Cool. I have no idea where you are, but you're out there somewhere. Probably up there, actually. There you are. Look at that. There, wait, you didn't keep going. There it is. Nope, that's a camera. I don't know where you went. I lost you. You went in front of the ring. It's like trying to follow a fly in the distance, you know? What were you gonna show on the other map? Oh, I wanted to... What was it? Let me check. Let me check our chat, because that will remind me, probably. If I check our chat, then I'll probably remember. Okay. Well, we started sending each other screenshots, so most of it I've already got. Oh, you know what it might have been? I might have wanted to show you that balcony, that fourth floor in the lift room, and see if you actually are interested in that one being there. That might have been it. Yeah, that's probably all it is. But because the other stuff we started sending each other screenshots, so that might have been the main thing I wanted to show you. I don't remember what it was anymore. I just thought that there was something I wanted to show you in there. If not, then yeah, I don't really recall. Oh, here's the tutorial on Unreal Engine 4 for Fortnite. Let's see. The only time I've seen this bug appear was when I had to rotate prefabs, and I think it was only noticeable with those large fins. I did notice that slammers ran into those same kinds of crazy rotation offsets like in your video when he was arting out the building for breakpoint. I never got those kinds of issues when I was rotating the heavy barrier forge prop prefabs that were made of 16 objects each. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know exactly what causes it, and I think it has to do with network issues, so it might be that you don't like, he might have seen it more because, like, more often. Oh, okay, what was that? Oh, there it is. Where'd they go? Oh, you just play. Oh, you're placing them until the textures are correct, I bet. You're just trying them over and over again. They look right on my screen, by the way. I think they keep spawning in with the same exact textures on my screen, and I think that might be the correct textures for me. Man, these look really good. These look so good. Let's see. That sounds cool. Let's see. All this rock talk is making me want to build a Mesa Verde National Park style map. That would be really cool. I was just asking because you said you were gonna hop in and show me something. Oh, that's all I know. Yeah, I don't remember what it was anymore. Okay, I'm gonna mess some up, so let me duplicate it before I actually do it. Now I'm trying to remember. No, I'm trying to rack my brain just remembering what it was. Okay, so these rocks are like a cluster, right? These are really cool. So, like, I could theoretically... Okay, that's way too flat. Like, you can use these for boulders and stuff like that in fallen areas instead of having to use these giant clusters of all those individual rocks. And very quickly, this isn't the same exact color as these. I will have to adjust them to match your original desert theme, but I did that with the other ones. It's fine. It worked out, like with this rebel here, to match that one. It worked out. It's not exactly right, but I'll work on it. I'll tweak it a bit more before I actually like use them for real. But like this is, yeah, they sort of stand out because they're not matching right now. But yeah, that sounds cool. Do whatever color combo you want on those. Yeah, cool. Yeah, that kind of map does sound cool. How do those look larger and flat? The light one matches. The light one matches. Oh, okay, cool. Well, they can look very cool, large and flat. Let's see. Let's say, for example, we buried them a bit in sand. Let's take a look at what they look like, partially buried in sand, just to give us a an idea of what they would look like as a natural formation on this map. Like that right there is pretty good. Let's go a little bit gentler into the sand so the other two don't disappear. So they can look very nice. I think I need to rotate this. Ooh, they get like really nice and flat. These have really good collision too. Oh man, look at this. Even scaled, they've got really excellent collision. That's much better than the what do you call it? The eroded terrain collision. Man, very precise collision. Even at this scale, I feel like I'm actually walking on this. I feel like this technically would probably be too of a sheer of a ledge for a Spartan to walk on normally. Oh, it is actually registering that a little bit. But it feels like it's just a little bit too. Try flatter too. Light one matches. Okay, yeah. Okay, let's try even flatter. Yeah, let's try even bigger and flatter. Let's actually flip it over because these are angled on the opposite side, so that it's got the slope to it. You see how that angle's a little bit better. Let's turn it a bit to a better angle as well to try and get more of them in the ground without burying just that one. There we go. A little more subtle of a rotation. Some of these are still floating, but yeah, you can get some really nice, large, flat rocks like this. And actually, these would be great for asteroids, because you'd be able to put 4 asteroids down for the price of, like, you know, 1 object. But yeah, this is great. Let's see. Is that flatter or larger? That is cool. This is just larger, but you're right. Let's go straight, like, straight down to... Oh, gosh. As flat as it'll go, just to see. You can get, like, razor's edge, practically. Let's see. And we can bring them back down to a smaller scale. That's how thick they are right now, just to give you an idea. This is scales in the wrong direction, because they're like, so that's as small as they get that way. Let's see how flat they get in the 2 directions. That's as flat as it gets that way, and that's as flat as it gets this is as small as they get, basically, is the way it works. And then if you do make them larger, they get very flat in the process. So yeah. So these are very useful rocks. Super cool. Where did they go? There they are. So this one is a little bit closer to... This one's colored like this middle rock here that I'm using from your other color, or from your other thing. So if I were to want to do a geological layer here, I can do this, you know what I mean? It'd be crazy to like straight up like layer these over and over and over again to create as detailed layering as it was, but I'm using the the lines on here, on these already, so I don't need to worry about that. I'm just using those lines to draw all of that layering on there. Let's see. And these are the, yeah. So this needs to be more of a sheer edge, I would say. That part right there, instead of like all rounded. Since it probably would have happened, well, it happened 100,000 years ago, so maybe there would be some erosion. Sandblasting, you know, rounds things off. So sandstorm might. They aren't one-to-one matched because each object has different swatch in grime options, which affects colors, but close enough. Yeah, exactly. And I would say I'm going to add to yours in Forerunner. There's one more piece, and that's the one I think out of those. This one. This piece here is all rock anyway, right? And this is the one I was picturing for specifically for this part. I thought you had both, so I was saying that earlier. I could do this. If I use this and I scale it up, I've got that curve in it, and I just need to make the color look right. And then layer it a few times. Like if I, you know, put a few of these inside of each other, or flip them over. I don't know if this is going to work as well as I was hoping. We'll see. So I flip flip it over to make it different, and I sort of make them sort of blend into each other a bit in a weird way to sort of create some geological layering, and then I make them the right color and everything like that. Then I might be able to do something to this effect, but I don't need to make it. I don't need it to look like that, so I don't necessarily, you know, want to. But I can definitely use this to make like sharper edges, and I can clip them into the other rocks to sort of have these like curving, protruding things. I don't know. We'll see. I mainly need to make them the right color to make these actually useful, if they're going to be a thing. I also wonder if there is a... It would be cool if they had a texture that was geological layering, you know what I mean? That you could just add to anything that would then scale properly and everything like that. Let me see. There might be something like wood texture that would have like the grains of the wood might look like stone if we do it right. Let's see. Oh yeah, these things have a nice grime layer where like the grime covers like the entire thing. But for now, let's just get rid of it. It does have some lines in it, but it also has the bark texture. Let's see if it's far enough away from where you can get, you know, outside the map, and that won't be a problem. Let me switch back to the regular stream so I can actually see what's going on a little more real time. Okay, let's see. I want to see what this looks like. Let's see. Forerunner trim. Was it trim bark? Okay. If we color this... Why is it all gray? Why is the Mombasa wood gray? Is it not... Oh, I think I know what's going on. I've got to select a color and then go 0. There we go. That's the actual color and texture. So the lines in the bark, you know, the tree kind of line, like effects of the lines, are not as detailed enough. It's got too much of the bark. Honestly, you could make water with this very easily. If you made like a really shiny tree bark, it would probably look like ripples in water really nicely. But let's see. Let's find something else. We really do. I would really need to just go through a whole bunch of stuff. So maybe this isn't what I want to do on stream, because it's getting a little bit. It'll get a little bit boring. Let's check her. Actually, there is pop dots. I want to try a few of these stripes. That is terrible. These are too regular. Paint thick. I was hoping the irregular shape would make them a little bit more unusual. Anyway, The point is, let's go straight to the rock. Let's see, you use the rough concrete, I believe, right? Or is it the granite? Which one do you use, Aaron? Granite or... Let's see, I'll show you in a little bit Ripshade what I was talking about in the other one. I'll go into it and see if I forgot what it was. But jeez, okay. Granite. UNSC... I don't know, check on the other piece. Okay, yeah, I'll just check it. I believe it'll probably be the same as this one. I'm guessing. Okay, Rust 1, Rust 2, and Dirt for that one. This one is Gravel 1, Rust 2, and Dirt. Okay. Now if I wanted to match it to, say, yeah, that one right there. UNSC concrete wall, it looks like it says, wall poured rough. Cool. And, yeah, that's it. Okay, so let's do that one. Let's try that one first. Because I know this is going to be... It's going to have that one as an option. UNSC. Concrete wall poured rough. There we go. I don't know. Maybe these are too regular. What do you guys think? Maybe these won't work like I want them to. They still will be useful rocks because, like... You know... Oh, well, actually... If I angle them... If this was a big, like, interesting section of the map, I can get my my slight upward curve with some layering there. Obviously, the coloring is all wrong, and I don't have dirt layers on them. I need dirt layers. It takes a while to get the correct color match. Yeah, I'm beginning to see that I need to stop. I need to not do this on stream because this is going to be like a big, long job, you know. But there we go. We've got some dirt layer. I'll just throw some like dirt or gravel. Oh, gravel, that'll work. Gravel 1. Get ourselves some colors. Yeah, I'll figure that out later. It's not a pressing matter, but I think that it would be cool to figure out a way of using these. They're all the same thickness is the problem. There's one problem. There's multiple problems, but that's one problem. And maybe they are just too normal, too regular, you know what I mean? If I had another one, I could, like, do 2 or 3 of them. But another thing I could do is combine that with, you know, I don't have any color correctly matching with anything on the terrain, but if I mixed it in with some of the terrain to make it poke through a little bit in certain areas and have this poke through, I don't know, it might be cool. We'll figure that out later. I think, though, that this is pretty good. I do want to make something up here that sort of grabs all of those and turns them into one giant section, because right now they look from above like a bunch of circles, and that's a problem. We need it to blend all of them together into one giant rock surface. That might be too far. Let's see. No, not like that. Let's see. That could be good. Right there. Looks good. Looks nice. And from above, it no longer looks like a bunch of well, those look like a bunch of individual circles, but it doesn't look like 2 circles right here. It looks like one large rock surface. And it looks too rounded right now, but I can adjust those. Those 3 rocks took 2 hours. Yeah. Figuring these things out is a lot of work, so... I mean, I can try to match them with the swatches that you already have, and that will make it way faster on these other desert rocks. It'll make it way faster, but it won't be actually fast. Music just turned off. In the middle of traffic jam is what it's called. Traffic jam. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and delete these because I deleted the 3rd one of them, and just save these. Where did I put the other ones? Are they still all the way over there? Yes. Ooh, that's an alarm trying to warn us that it is time to get off. So I guess I can't show you on stream. Ripshade, we'll do a direct. I'll like just share my screen with you through Discord, and we'll talk about stuff involving the map, and we'll get on like an audio call or something at some point. That would be cool. Like you were saying last night, in the first place. But yeah, imagine getting off, right? Okay, let's see. This is, I think. This is your... Is this your desert-colored one, or was this whenever I changed to one of your colors? I think this is a copy of that one. Yeah, this is just a copy of that one. Yeah. This one, which I moved over here, was my recolored one, which may not be perfect, it may not be final, but it was designed to match this rock, which is close. It's very close, but not quite. And so I need to, I'm going to rearrange the lineup so that I have my own lineup that just it just has each piece next to the rocket it's associated with, because, yeah, because I've got a special desert scene going on here. But I think this is going to be really badass. Especially, like, with the bases there in front of them. Like, I've been focusing so much on the rocks that I haven't really looked at the bases in front of them. Y'all are probably just looking at the whole screen whenever you're watching, because you're watching me do it, but for me, I'm so focused in on exactly what I'm working on that I haven't been really admiring how well it works with the actual, you know, map. Like, that looks really cool, having the green in front of all that orange and red. It gives a really cool, you know, contrast. That works really well, I think, and then the metal rising up out of it is nice. I think it looks good. I think this is going to be a cool map whenever we're done. I do need to wrap around here, make a more sheer cliff here, and then probably make that wrap around out that way, or something to that effect. I could come down and make it touch these rocks, to make those rocks look like they're actually part of something. But anyway. Alright, well, I gotta go. Well, I think it's now. Yeah, I think it's around now. 12:45 is whenever I gotta get off, yeah. Right? Pretty sure? Yeah? Okay, yeah. Alright. Well, okay, I think I've got like 5 minutes. I think I can go over to Ripshade's map and see if I can remember what it was I wanted to show him. And we can just talk about it real quick. So I'm not technically getting off yet. Sorry about that. For implying that was. Let's see. And being all wishy-washy. Let's go. Some people might have left just because I said I was going to get off. Might have disappeared. I don't know if Ripshade left whenever he was like, "Are you still here, Ripshade?" Whenever you're asking what we were going to look at, and then I was like, "Well, I don't know." If you're still here, they won't be able to show you. But yeah. I think that taking the break from the map and going to Ripshade's map... Oh, cool, you are here. Cool, good. And then, unless you're saying, yep, that you left... Oh, no. Just kidding. So, basically, like, taking a break from the really big map over to Ripshade's map, I think refreshed my mind and made it to where I was like... And then Aaron coming in with these rocks, with the massive dump of inspiration there, it really just, you know, it's great. So I was redoing this area. I might have this Spartan up here to where that we might delete whenever it becomes big team battle, because you're going to be able to go up there. But like having that Spartan like leaning on rails and putting his hands onto the rails, so it looks like he's like resting and sort of leaning down watching the fight, I think would be pretty cool. And then like as soon as it becomes big team battle, we'll just have him like disappear. Like we could literally like have him slide back out of view and then just disappear. Or something to that effect, because the railing will kind of block the view a little bit. So if he slides back just a few blocks to like here, then when players won't see him disappear unless they like really try. They're like, "Oh, player joined, quick, grapple shot up there, fly up here," and then watch him disappear. So I didn't put the railing in there yet, but that's what I had in mind. I'll just grab a railing real quick and place it. Like I was thinking like a railing with a wall, so that we can really block view, like one of these. I'll get the, yeah, that wide one. I didn't mean to hit the right trigger there. And we will go with a 45-degree snap. No, what is happening? Ah. Ugh. What is going on with my rotation? It won't switch. Okay, come on now. There we go. That's what I wanted. Ah, so wobbly. Okay, I'll just slap that down in a very rough spot. And reset. Let me turn that off. Something like... Well, actually, I guess I'll put it in his hands. Something akin to this. It doesn't have to be this exactly. To where it'll be a little bit adjusted, but basically, yeah, it'll have to be a little bit adjusted so you can actually see his hands. So it feels like he's actually like holding the rail. Yeah, that looks pretty good. That's pretty good for an initial just throw together. And basically just have him slide back and vanish. Should be kind of fun. Oh, you messed with the roof too. Oh, I did. I completely replaced all the orange. Blocked it out in concrete, just as simple concrete for now. Because we were talking about making it cheap in concrete for the contest, for the areas that are big team battle that we haven't actually gotten finished. And it looks fine as a roof for now. What I want to do is put some supports that will add a bunch of basically I had in mind to make this kind of stuff. Not literally this detailed, but something to this effect, like these kinds of supports, put some pipes up there, all that kind of stuff to make it look like the underside of like a parking garage, you know what I mean? Since this is the barracks, they would have a lot of pipes and stuff like that for like water running through there. And then I like how you match the front window overhang with the bottom jump up shape. Yeah, with the this here, is that what you're talking about? Or wait, which window overhang are you talking about? I do not know which one you're talking about. Which one do you mean? I'll let you answer because I know there's going to be a delay and I'll just keep talking about stuff. It didn't save! Oh no! That entire blockout I made last night to show you. Oh jeez. Oh man, that means the glass is not finished either. Oh, everything I did. No! The thing! The things are all gone. Oh no! Attached to the roof of the bases above those two lights. Oh, this! Yes, I matched the overhang. Yeah. I did. I matched it to your angle. I matched an angle here because I felt like this cube coming out looked a little strange up top, so I made a slope there, and then I made it match, and then I made it come down to the cube here, and then I put that there because I was thinking about making it slope up into it, so I was going to put an angle there and then try and angle it right, you know? And then I went, oh no. Let's see, now you see why I asked you to duplicate earlier, but you never read the comment. Which one are you talking about? Now you see why I asked you to duplicate earlier, but you never read the comment. Which one do you mean? Which one did I miss? Duplicate real quick. But those are not close enough. I don't know, check the other pieces. Oh, I did miss that one. What do you mean by duplicate? Do you mean like copy something? Like that? Is all you mean? Man. I hope it's not. I hope the other one is saving. But yeah. Let's see. Okay, well, forge dupe, yeah. So this save would have been from last night though. Like this bug would have been reset whenever I restarted the game this morning. So if I'm probably not having the same kind of network issues right now. Check it. Okay. What do I do with that? What do you mean? Like if I duplicate this, something will happen? Because I just duplicated it. Is something supposed to happen that'll tell me whether or not whether or not it's broken? But I really like how that roof above the light matches the bottom hydroponic jump up block. Yeah, go back into your desert map. Okay, I will. Yeah, I do. I think that's really cool. I like it too. I think it's it doesn't match it exactly, but it matches it enough to make it look really cool. If all the stuff you placed down isn't there, that's the save bug. Yeah. Okay, so I also figured this would be a path you could jump from whenever it's big team battle. You know, so I kind of sort of gave it, after I did it, I checked it and I was like, seems like a good jump. You know what I mean? It feels like a slope down there telling you can jump down from there. You know what I mean? Yeah. A Ultimate Halo follower followed me. Oh, really? That's awesome. Well, Ultimate Halo is in for a treat for your future posts. I wonder if I go back to an earlier save, if it'll work. 74 likes, pretty pog. Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, man. I mean, you keep getting featured in, like, on 343's... didn't you get featured in the newest one? Yeah, I agree. Fletch is a fellow Yorkshire man. Nice. That's awesome. Okay, let's go back in here and see if all of those objects have disappeared or if they are still there. It has saved a new version. That's a new version in the version history. So at least there's that. I have noticed that I believe that whenever the save bug happens, it straight up does not save a new version. So your version history doesn't update. But I could be wrong, and it could just be copying basically the same save over and over again. I've never been featured on Waypoint. I thought you were. I thought you just were. I could have sworn... Let's see. I can go to my own profile while this is loading. Because I shared their post about the Waypoint. Let's see. I shared too many other things at the same time. Here it is. Halo Spot Plot. I thought you were in this one. Let me see. I could have sworn you were, but I could be wrong. It's all screenshots, and I thought there was a screenshot of one of your maps, but I might be... I must have just been scrolling through... Yeah, I must have just been scrolling through a bunch of different stuff around the same time and ended up seeing your map. And then also had this website, like this waypoint up. Yeah, never mind. Sorry to get your hopes up if you thought I was right. But yeah. Didn't. I do have the fire unicorn though somehow. Nice. So let's see if this saved. Okay, these are in the right spot and all this other stuff is here. So yes, it did save over here. But unfortunately the other map didn't save. Which really sucks. From last night, because we had... Here, I've got screenshots so I can show you guys what we were discussing. That's what I'll do. Let's see, I was reading Ocom's message earlier, in case y'all were wondering what I was reading earlier. Let's see, Ripshade. We've got... Okay, we were discussing a bunch of stuff, like a whole bunch of stuff. These are all early versions of the map. Okay, yeah, this is where the discussion started with our screenshots. Well, not really. This is one of your Halo 5 airlocks, and I was looking at it thinking, and we were looking at it talking about possibly recreating it or something similar. And a bunch of other stuff involving stuff like that. This is the... Oh, not this one. The top one first. This is what we were talking about. A fourth floor up above that'll connect to those balconies, right? So that balcony floor area that I had been working on would go down this ramp into there and then go connect across and go back up onto that balcony area. And those would only be balconies in the big team battle. They'll have a soft kill zone up there during the 4v4 where you're stuck down here. But if you grapple up here, you can get up there, but it's going to have a soft kill zone probably of like 4-5 seconds. It's not. We're going to make it short so people don't try to abuse the area for sniping and stuff like that. You get up there, you want to get down immediately. You know what I mean? And then, so this railing though might be fine to get up to, and we'll just close the doors. So this fourth floor you could get up to potentially, because it would be a little weird to not, like, I mean, imagine playing in these areas but not being allowed to jump up there would be a little weird. So I think we would probably include this area. This is not the menagerie, but it's the part in NMPHQ that has the menagerie theme. This area here is, yeah, basically, it would be weird to close this area off with a soft kill zone, I think. So we'd probably have to keep this in the 4v4. But we could, if we put, like, railing there, like, if we put an appropriately visible railing along here to say, hey, don't go up there, you don't go up there from below, but jump down from above, then we could put a soft kill zone. It would be cool to have a few spots open in the domes above the base so you can access that route to go to mid. Yeah, that's what I was thinking is, let's see, we could glass it off too. Yeah, which specifically you're talking above Wait, did I just scroll the wrong direction? Yeah, I'm thinking it's just this one. This area above here you're talking about? Because I was thinking like there'd be another roof above this. That's what I'm kind of imagining, is another roof above this, and this being a balcony to look down into there, and like walls around it. But we can put like railing and or walls and or glass windows and stuff and paths to like jump down and stuff like that is what I was thinking. But yeah, we'll just keep messing with that. What's up? Oh, okay, yeah. So let's see. That was what I was showing you that, and then we were talking about these buckets. Because we were talking about having an area of the area where it's digging out the machine and having these buckets moving up that you can like jump on top of and ride up. This was a mock-up of one that we could put in there that basically looked like, you know, it's carrying a bunch of the rocks up from the mine, like an automated system. This was an area we were considering doing it so that you could have a way up from below. That'd be a really sort of slow, steady rise. Let's see. Could glass it off, but still have a soft kill, so you have to move fast to go to the top mid in 4v4. That is true. So basically leave those doors open and you can run through and drop down from above, but you only have like 4 or 5 seconds, something like that, to get across, and then you're done. And then you better get back into the map. That might work, yeah. I threw this together, which was a silly little like spaceship thing that was going to move so fast you can't tell how shitty it looks. And the idea was, and I didn't get a screenshot of it, but I sort of built a little block here for it. This would rise up and then go into a door, and the door would close behind it, so you wouldn't be able to see what's really in there, and you kind of get pushed off of it and fall down to the next one, so you kind of have to jump off. And then what would happen is, kind of like the elevator in Ascension? What do you call it? I forget what it's called. The one that's in Halo 2, and then also in Halo ODST, and stuff like that. It's been remade a lot of times. It's really good. It's one of the best maps, but I can't remember the name of it right now. Basically goes up and goes over, and then after a few times of that, the idea was that one of these would emerge from this sort of structure that would be here and just shoot off into space really fast, so you basically don't get to see it long enough to know it looks like it looks terrible, but just enough to spot and see, oh, it kind of looked like a freighter, you know, like a little shuttle that just carries stuff, you know. So that's the idea. We were also dabbling in the idea he was thinking about having a script, something like this that goes up and just like dumps the buckets, and so I was looking at this as a scriptable object to use for that. I know it looks goofy, but if it's like partially inside of the railing, it would be rising up or whatever, then it would just look like this section. It would have like these wheels to look like maybe it rides on something. I don't know. We would just try it out basically and try to use these as buckets and see how they could come out, and if they work, and just have a script that raises them up, and then whenever they hit a certain area, it rotates them and starts moving them toward another direction at the same time, so they gradually rotate and gradually move there, and then hits another zone that would make it start gradually rotating, moving down here, hits another zone, moves down here, hits another zone, and then basically just have these objects. It only applies to objects in this prefab, which is all of these, and basically they would just, you know, as they move through, they would just hit the next zone and then be told to rotate over time and also slide up over time, and do that over and over again as it goes around the entire loop. And yeah, that would be pretty simple. Maybe you could put lights flashing the red caution tape and stuff to show that you can go that you can't go up there, or maybe security opens that route up there for a short amount of time. Actually, yeah, if you use decals and float them in midair, you can make them look like holograms. So we could have holographic, like, you know, caution tape, the red caution tape appear there to say, you know, like 2 or 3 strips of it, and then have a flashing red light above it saying, don't go through here. And then, or else, you know, there's the kill zone. And the kill zone, you walk it through there and you hit the soft kill zone, and you know why it's there. And then whenever it's a big team battle, we can just turn those off and turn the kill zone off, and then it'll be a bigger map. Like, it'll be more like, yeah, you can actually stay up there and have a full-blown shootout. So these were a lot of the things we were discussing. We had a bunch of other stuff we talked about too, involving different stuff, but this is basically what we were discussing last night. We were also talking about this little, you know, umbilicals, and he probably already knew what that was. This is an inspiration piece that we're going to use for some stuff. Yeah, the point is that, yeah, that's all that. Or maybe security opens that route up there for a short amount of time. Can you make kill zones do small damage over time too? I don't think there is one of those, but I wish there was. I guess you can. I guess you can, right? I mean, you can make it. Okay, you can make a kill zone that has the countdown and everything. That also is like a trigger volume, right? And then whenever you enter that trigger volume, start dealing damage to the player periodically as you go. You know, just a little bit of damage, a little bit of damage, a little bit of damage. So you could theoretically do that. Do just take a little script brain there. And if you did, it would work out pretty well. I do think that it doesn't. Players aren't going to be ready for that, so they may not realize it's going to happen, and so they might walk in there with low shields, trying to use it for cover or something like that, and then like die and like immediately. And I don't know if that's a good idea, but yeah, that would be dope. Exactly. So anyway, yeah, I've got to get going. For real now that we've discussed all that. We had a minute to discuss some extra stuff. But yeah. True. Yeah, exactly. Players would be really thrown off by that. They wouldn't really be ready for it. But we could theoretically make it like just deal damage to shields. If we just reduce shields by a little bit over time, then it wouldn't kill you until the soft kill volume actually kills you. But players would be surprised by it. They wouldn't really expect it to happen. So it would be kind of like a maybe thing, but kind of a too much, maybe, potentially. So it's about time that I need to get off. I'll catch you guys later. But yeah. Yeah,